vote principle and stop being politically correct. Because McCain did not have the guts to confront Obama. Oh, it would be impolite to talk about Jeremiah Wright. It would be impolite. It would not be politically correct to talk about Bill Ayers. And so he was so polite that he handed the presidency on a silver platter to Obama. We must rescue this country from the edge of the cliff where we are. If you think Obama has been radical in the last 4 years, I even, tremble to think of what would happen if he's reelected. When he said to Putin, oh, just wait till after the election, I'll have a lot more flexibility. He will have no restraints on a second term. He will destroy this country quicker than we could think. How the tentacles of communism have been infiltrated all across this land. But because of political correctness, nobody's saying anything about it. Let me tell you, when Obama campaigned in 2008, it was very, very clear that he was a socialist. The problem is most of us suffer from ostrich syndrome. And we purposely and deliberately stuck our heads in the sand. But he was very clear. He wasn't trying to fool anyone. It was clear from what he was saying that he was an outright Marxist. If you have heard him recite the pledge, he skips on the God. Never says those two words, on the God. And then he says, oh, it was an oversight. It continues though, over and over again. So I'll tell you, we have to unmask this man. This is a man that seeks to destroy all concept of God. And I'll tell you what. This is classical Marxist philosophy. Karl Marx very clearly said it. Marxism requires that we destroy God because government must become God. And I'll tell you, the path of this administration is to make us a third world country and to make us subject to the United Nations. Sustainable development, or better known as Agenda 21, is all about destroying property rights, and it's all about global redistribution of wealth. And along with that, if you want to look at the Law of the Sea Treaty, which Obama is very hard trying to push through, but that would give our resources to the United Nations and have us paying duties to the United Nations. They are pushing very hard for the United Nations to have taxing authority. And Obama is very much one of the big promoters of these. So I'll tell you, we have our work cut out for us. We need to send Barack Obama back to Chicago. I'd like to send him back to Kenya, back to
Mr. Rafael Cruz, your son, Ted Cruz, is the senator from the state of Texas. How proud are you of your son and his remarkable rise to being one of the great stars now of the conservative movement?
You know, Israel, it was so overwhelming. When I came to Washington, D.C. in January for his swearing-in ceremony, it was such an emotional experience. To think that 55 years ago I came to this country, I could not speak a word of English, I had no money. And to see him being sworn in as a senator of the United States, only in America can someone start with nothing and achieve the American dream. That's the greatness of this country.
Right. Sir, your son represents the state of Texas, which has a number of Hispanics. Your son is a conservative as well. Do you think conservatives can connect with Hispanics?
Well, Israel, basically, if we look at the Hispanic values are conservative values. Hispanics are highly religious. They're very strongly pro-traditional family. Family unity is very strong among Hispanics. Hispanics, in the great majority, are strongly not only pro-family, but also pro-life. They are highly patriotic. Hispanics have the highest enrollment in the military of any ethnic group. 2.3 million Hispanics own their own business. That is 1 out of every 8 Hispanic families own their own businesses. And all these small businesses are fighting to survive with all the myriad of regulations that are stifling economic growth among all business owners. And so we look at every one of these values. These are conservative values. So I would encourage Hispanics to look at voting according to their convictions instead of voting tradition.
Is there anything, though, that conservatives can do to better communicate, to reach out to Hispanics?
I think it's a matter of understanding what their values are and honoring those values. I mean, we all have the same desire. We honor liberty, we honor hard work, and to be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And we all want to achieve our dreams and aspirations. And I think that conservative cause is the best way to achieve that great American dream.
That's right. Well, sir, thank you so much for stopping by, and we appreciate your time and are great admirers of your son, Ted Cruz.
Thank you so very much. God bless you.
Thank you.